Hi, in this video I am going to cover an important concept called event handlers. How you can write event handlers, what are the different ways of writing event handlers. Obviously you need an event, and before you need an event you need a element. So first I am going to use a button element, which is the simplest way to understand event handlers. Then I am binding with a click event, and then if you have to bind it to a handler, first let me show how it is done in inline handler. So inline handler is anything which is very simple logic, and you write it inline. So this is my inline handler. So I need that variable counter equal to ref of 0. Simplest way to show inline handler, which is used to execute simple logic on click of a button or something like that. So I click this, yes. So my inline handler, which is incrementing, as simple as incrementing a variable count, is getting executed. Now the method event handler is very simple again. The method event handler, or in other words it's also called as method handler, here you can just specify a method name, like for example click event handler, and you can say the method handler is supposed to have the inbuilt argument called event, and then you say alert to understand from where or which element was clicked, target.tag name. So now the advantage of method handler, and that too with event in place without any other custom argument, is you directly call the method name. You are not passing any arguments because this is a default argument or an inbuilt argument, and you don't need to add any brackets there. So click event handler, that's it. So it understands this, that it should point to this particular method. So here, to make it unique, I am going to say button click. Now when I click this, let's see what happens. So it's able to track the tag name of the target, which is the button I clicked. So you are able to access that. One of the important concepts of JavaScript is writing arrow function, or any programming language. One of the important things that you need to know is writing a arrow function. So let me define first of all a variable. For arrow function, the most important prerequisite is to define a variable hi equal to, now you should write an arrow function within simple brackets, and this bracket is for any variable you pass or arguments you pass. Then you say arrow and you say alert of hi. So now in order to call that, I'm just going to duplicate and call that particular property or variable name. That's it. So I will call this as hi button click. When I click this, I can see hi coming out of it. So now if you take a step back, you can understand that you can, with the method invocation, you can not only call a method name but also a variable. In case of your inline invocation, it's an argument increment, which is a one-liner, or you can write something with braces. For example, braces with custom argument function my custom method, and I say msg2 and I can say alert of MSG2. So I am going to invoke that method, the method event handler, as an inline call here. So my method message2. So this is an inline call, or in other words I am going to say by. So everything happens inline, but this invocation is doing a method, is invoking a method. So when I click this, so the argument, the custom argument gets passed and then that's invoked. So these are different ways where your logic is inline. Even if your logic is inside a method, the method call is inline. And if at all you are having a method handler like this, you can just call the method name. Then if you have an arrow function and that is assigned to a variable, you can directly call that variable name. So these are different ways of calling an event handler from an event in case of VueJS. Hope this was useful. Thank you.